resources you need to build the life of your dreams are being traded, are being exchanged, are being shared, you're not intentional. Because intentionality means you know your target, you count the cost, you decide you want to go after it, and you pay the price. Success has a price, guys. There's a price for success. You want to build a house, you have to buy cement, you have to buy steel, you need contractors, laborers, resources, on and on. Because if you don't gather the resources, you may have a goal. You may say, I dream of building a skyscraper. I dream of building a financial empire. It's good dreams. Have you counted the cost? I want to be a doctor. Have you counted what it will take? 6 years, 7 years, 8 years of commitment, of intentional dedication and pursuit of that which you say you want. Have you counted the cost? You want to build a business, financial empire. Listen, have you counted the cost? Are you showing up? Are you dedicating yourself? Are you mobilizing resources? Are you building the right relationships? Are you showing up every day in pursuit of what you say you want? Because if you're not showing up, nothing moves. Success is elusive. You can unlock success for yourself. Intentionality is one of the keys to unlock success. I'm on a journey in my school teaching 30 keys. I've talked about legacy as a key to, I've been going in, right? Because starting this year on the right note is, what do you want 2023 to unlock for you? What success do you want to achieve? Because time here is an opportunity to pursue everything you want. Do you know that? Time is given to man as an opportunity to become, to attain, to achieve, to create legacy. If you're not in my academy, welcome to the hot soup that I cook in my academy. Time is given to you to create, to produce. Remember Genesis 1:28. For those who are Christians, the mandates upon your life, upon everybody, is to produce, to subdue. Time is given to you as an opportunity for you to create. You are here to create. You're here to dominate. You're here to conquer. You're here to impact the world. You're here to do something. And you have time. Time and space is given to you. And if you're not intentional, this is why we talk about purpose, living a life of purpose. People that are not purposeful cannot be intentional. Because intentionality and purpose, they are interlocked. You can't say you want to live a life of purpose and then every day you're not showing up intentionally with energy, with clarity, with focus. You can't say you want a certain type of relationship and you don't show up for that relationship and you're doing so, you get so. You can't say you want a very fantastic job and your resume is showing you didn't go to school. Listen, guys, it doesn't match. It's not aligned. You can't say you want the best of the best of the best and you are not the best of the best of the best. I've said this before. Life doesn't give you what you wish for. It gives you who you are. Who you become is what is important. Life doesn't give you what you wish for. Who you become, the person you become, is the person that will unlock success, that will impact the world, that will create all the hopes, dreams, and aspirations you have for yourself. Nobody gives the best of the best to just, oh, you stumble. Are you Tiger Woods? No, you win it. You practice. You discipline yourself. You show up. You show up. You can't say you can't say you want the trophy that belongs to the masters without you mastering a skill. You can't say you are a surgeon without paying the price and acquiring the knowledge, the books, right? The knowledge base for you to function in that capacity. You have no. You can't cheat the world. Many people today, they are trying to cheat the law and the principle God has put in place, the law of sowing and reaping. You can't reap what you didn't sow. You can't. Try it. Keep trying. Tell me when come and show me when you That is what they call thieves, thief free. We have a name for people who want to capture other people's stuff without what they didn't work for. They just break it. That is there's a name called for that, and you're not that. But the one God blesses is about dedication, intentionality, focus. Because here's the key, guys. If you believe that everything you go after, you will attain, how many things will you be going after? It's a question. If you believe that everything you dedicate yourself is given, you're going to get it. That's focus. But when people don't believe, this is why people are not intentional. It's like, if I get it, I get it. If they give me that promotion, listen, being in corporate, you want promotion, you will shake that tree. Your boss must know, your boss's boss must, everybody around you must know you want promotion. That's intentionality. And when you're not intentional, people say, I didn't even know you wanted it. Have you ever heard that before? I didn't know you wanted that job. Why? You weren't intentional. You didn't spread the message. You didn't tell the way, hey, that's promotion. I want it. Listen, intentionality will make you apply for that job. Because if you want it and you don't apply for the job, do you really want it? Intentionality makes us submit to the process of attaining. You want that house and you don't go to the bank to apply? Keep dreaming that you get the house. Intentionality will make you enroll in the process. Figure out the process. When you figure out the process and you refuse to follow the process, the bank doesn't send you, guys. The employer doesn't send you, guys. The world doesn't send people who do not apply to the process. Nobody sends you. You want that house? You will show up. You will figure out your credit. You will do everything. You want it? Intentionality. You will show. You will find all the form, clarity. But when people are not intentional, you settle for less. You settle for less. You get less. Lack of intentionality makes people settle where they are because they're not ready to do the work. They're not ready to focus. They're not ready to commit. They're not ready to pursue. They're not ready to show up. They're not ready to invest. They're not ready to, they're not ready. Listen, I say come to school, not ready. Come to event, not ready. Invest, not ready. Do work, not ready. Guys, who are you kidding? Please tell, am I missing something? Tell me, is there magic somewhere? Please tell me, is there another recipe for success I don't know about? Please tell me, guys. Is there a magic pill somewhere that you tell me you want to get a house and you don't build it yourself? You don't look for the resources to construct? Why are we living in fantasy world? Who manufactured that world? Who lied to people? Listen. Please tell me, am I missing something? Tell me, really, I want to know. Because I'm sharing 30 keys to unlock success. That's what we've been on, the game plan 2.0. Game plan 1, 12 strategies for winning in life and business, 3-hour masterclass with a personal growth workbook. We'll figure this thing out. We're figuring it out, the world of business. You want to build a business, you want to succeed in business, and you're not studying how other people did it. You're not getting close to people who have achieved that level of success. You're not building the structure. You're not learning. How do you get it done? You see, like that's my own. The reason I'm covering all of this thing is because there's no alignment between what people are saying and what people are doing. It's like, okay, you want to build a house. I'll see people bringing shovel, but yet the vision you cast needs a bulldozer. The house, if you're going to construct 100-story, can you shovel the foundation of a 100-story? You'll be there forever. Even grandchildren will meet you in that place. You need a bulldozer. This is what I talk about: capacity. Capacity. The signs of your capacity. Are you building capacity? Relationship. Last week I talked about in my academy, I talked about location will determine the resources you can unlock, the relationship, the quality of the relationship you can have, the access to the free flow of information, where you put your mind, energy, where you are, where you position yourself will determine how successful, will influence how successful you can be. That was another key. I went deep into that because so that my academy members, you don't sit still. Successful people, they fly around on their jets in pursuing relationship and shaking the right hands and closing the right deals, virtually or in person. We engage in certain calls and certain conversations, not the skip and scrolls people are doing on social media. That's another topic. That's not what I wanted to drive in today. But yeah, I've covered it. Is that location will determine resources, capacity, relationship, knowledge. So when we talk about events, masterclasses, masterminds, academy, on and it's so that you can expose yourself and your mind to superior new knowledge that maybe if you look around you, you can find. Right? It's like if you want to become a doctor and you think you can become a doctor in your house. Good job. Right? I'm being sarcastic. That's a sarcastic comment, by the way. Sorry. Like, okay, good job. Good job. How many books would you read? How long will it take you to become a doctor? Right? I'm not saying it's not possible, guys. I'm not saying it's not possible. The day where you are living right now, it's about speed of execution. What would take you 5 years, 10 years, 15 years to do? We collapse time. If you invest in the right spaces, you invest in the right people, in the right dimension, you will shrink the time it takes you to learn and become. But if you want to achieve it by yourself, that's okay. I've talked about this before. My academy members know how I feel about it. Then by all means, start running that race now because you have a long journey. You have a long journey. If you want to get to California and you say, oh, I don't want to fly a plane, I can ride my bicycle, I can get there by myself. Is it not California? Do you know pilots? Would the pilots beg you? No. The pilot flies, and the people who arrive there, and the pilot might come back for another batch. Meanwhile, you are like, kuru, 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 riding your bicycle nicely. You are stressing yourself, burning energy. Is that effective? Is that a wise decision? I don't know. Intentionality. How soon do you want to arrive? Intentionality determines the speed of execution. You want to go slow? Go slow, please. You want to go fast? Intentionally invest in things that will help you achieve success faster. This thing should be a no-brainer. This is basic stuff. This is what we should be teaching our kids. You realize that? That by now, we should have mastered this thing and be passing it on to the next generation. Successful people, they immerse their children and the next few generations, they expose them to all these things as quickly as possible. And certain people still don't get it. And the next generation repeats the mistake. Right? So I'm here to just share mine. I won't go to, when I'm talking to my clients or my members, it's different. But here, I brought a little bit of heat or steam, but I'm holding myself because we have to transform, guys. Transformation is all that is required because when you transform your mind, just like the Bible says, be renewing of the mind. You have to renew your mind. What you believe, what you used to believe, those things, they are viruses. They are viruses. You have to delete some things there. You have to renew your mind. We have to think differently. We have to show up differently. We have to renew our mind because what I'm seeing, what's making me publicly deny myself of my privacy. I love privacy too. Who doesn't love privacy? But at what point will people awake and realize intentionality, clarity, purposeful living is required for them to get everything that God has for them? And when you don't show up, you don't aim, you don't show up every day, you don't bring your energy, passion, focus, commitment, let the whole world know what you want. Listen, if I ask the people that know you, the 5 people around you, and I say, who is this person? Can you tell me a little bit about him or her? And they're like, oh, she's and they give me a wishy-washy. That is a signal you are not intentional. Because listen, everybody around me must know. I must put all of them to work. You must be. If you are not for me, Jesus said it. If you are not for me, you are against me. If you are not for this mission, if you are not helping me push, you see me pushing, you see me focus, you see me attempting to push. That's why I said those who push, those who are intentional, they will attract help. They will attract resources. Even heaven will put power behind you. God, when God's children, listen, this is what makes God proud. If you don't know, let me tell you, I'll give you Minister Toyi now. Pastor Mrs. Toyi, I'll give it to you. When God in heaven, when heaven sees God's children pushing, David, Goliath, carrying stone, carrying catapult, aiming, and speaking with clarity their intention, and saying, Goliath today, now your head. God will say, that's my child. Back him up. You think you are throwing stone. The force of heaven is behind the stone. It's not your force. But when you don't attempt, you don't try, you don't give energy, you don't give commitment, you don't show up, you're like, Even, that's why the Bible says, even the little you have is taken. He who has, more will be given. The one who doesn't have, what he has will be taken. Don't you understand that riddle? Is that the people who think they don't have, who are not using the capacity God has given them judiciously, God is saying that you will lose it. It's like muscle. You don't use that muscle, you lose it. You don't exercise, you don't push. Waste there. 60, you see all kinds of stuff happen. You don't push, you don't exercise, you don't use your body, you don't use your muscles, you don't use your energy, you don't use the force that God has given you to impact the world. Very, very soon, you lose it. Intentionality is the power and dedication and focus you're going to put behind your work, because that is what is rewarded in the world. That is what the world rewards. When we see people who are trying their best at anything, we reward them. The world rewards them. God in heaven rewards those who put their power behind their work. That is true. God will reward the labor, your labor. God will reward the labor of his people. Parable of the talents is example. Parable of the talents, right? You have 5 talents. You put it to work. What happened? Generated more resources. Good job, faithful servant. Intentional investment of what we've been given. 1 talent decided, no, this is too small. Decided to bury it. What happened? What happened? Guys, 1 talent buried. And God was like, at least intentionally do something with this thing. God wants to see us do something. Like pushing a little bit, just applying it a little bit. Right? So intentionality is a key for success, because those who want to achieve success and more results for themselves, they are intentional. Because what you want and what you're doing must match. What you say you want and where you're investing your time, energy, or resources must match. Where you're investing your time, energy, or resources must be towards, right? You're mobilizing yourself. You're mobilizing relationship, other people, resources. Why? To achieve a purpose. Right? And this is another thing that happens in the world of networking. I tell people, let me just put this out there. It's one of those things I talk about how women, I'm generalizing now. It's not all true. I'm just saying general population is that one of the differences between how women network versus how men network is that men are more intentional. They don't just make friends because they like you. Men are extremely focused, intention. Again, I'm generalizing. This is something you can learn. We can learn from each sexes or gender, right? Men are more intentional in the relationship they pursue. You can bet it, they know why they're in relation with you. They know one day how they're going to unlock out of that relationship will yield because they were intentional in the people they are relating with. Women, generally speaking, I'm a woman, and this is where we correct ourselves. We are less intentional, but we know how to build community. So we build community, and you wake up and you realize women will say, this community, I'm not making any money from. Women will work, serve with all of their hearts because intentionality is missing. Why are you working? Why are you serving? Serve if you want to serve. Make money if you want to make money. You will see people model these things up. So they will serve, they will grow community, and one day they will say, how come they are not making money from all of their work? In lack of intentionality. From day one, know that this community is supposed to yield me money. Men, if men they're going to invest 1 hour, 2 hours in something, oh, you can bet that they know why. That they are not just doing these things open. They're not just willing. They're not willing to put time behind anything without intentionality. No, you can't make a man do anything. He will tell you, show me the money. Like this, it doesn't make sense for them to do something unless it's out of generosity. So there's a compartment in their heart where generosity, I give you, the intention is to give, not to get, versus the intention is to get. Two different things. But a lot of times women, because of the shape of our hearts, we bring those two things, we mix it all together, and then we are giving. Open. But I'm telling you, in the world of business, this is why I teach and train entrepreneurs for success. Clarity of intention is even important in building a business, right? Clarity of purpose, clarity of intention is important in building a business. That's why this 30 keys to unlock success, I've been going down this path, right? Because it is important. Without clarity, without purpose, without intentionality, people miss their aim because they are doing things that is not aligned to helping them get what it is they say they want. So I hope you understand what I'm saying, I'm sure. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. My academy is toyinumesiri.academy. If you want to learn more about me, please visit toyinumesiri.com. Also, I have a TV show that runs in my city, Mindset of an Entrepreneur. It's a TV show you can capture and watch previous episode where we've just completed episode 13. So you can watch that, the replay on my website, toyinumesiri.com/mindset of an entrepreneur. The full, so mindset of an entrepreneur, no spaces. You can watch the entire episodes there. Really, listen, at the end of the day, I'm sure I'm teaching you what I'm doing. You will see me. I'm intentional. I will tell you what you can get, where you can get it, where you can meet me, what I am doing, where, like, you hopefully nobody will be confused. Because lack of intention, you confuse people. You confuse people. Your followers, you are confusing them. They are confused. They don't know what you do, right? They don't know how you can help them. They don't know how they can work with you. They are just following you. You're putting content out there. They are liking, but they are not buying nothing. Because even in sales and marketing, part of the sales strategy that is available in my academy, I tell people clarity, craft your magnetic message. Because the world will tell you become an entertainer. I say, no. Entertainment, Beyonce, movie, Harrison Ford, Will Smith, Toyin, success thinking, mindset, right? Economic development, entrepreneurship, international trade. Come to me for that. But the world will tell you, listen, entertain people, and then you fall for it. No, clarity. I will tell you who I am, what you can get, where you can get it, and how you can engage clearly, so that we don't confuse. You don't confuse. Let people not be confused. Intentionality for you, if you're intentional, the whole world will know. And your customers need that. Your clients need that. The people following you, the world needs that. Those you are listen, it's like when a guy and a girl they are going, and the girl is like, what are we? That's what I'm talking about. Don't go into relationship with what are we doing here? Like, what do we call us? You see, men and women that they are not intentional, they engage in relationships that are meaningless, right? They come, they go. What happened? Volcano, tornado. Because there wasn't intentionality. Are we going into this just to have fun? Are we going into this to end up in marriage? Are we going into this just to clarity? But when you are not intentional, a man is not intentional, the woman is not intentional. Hi, hi. You waste your life. 5 years later, hi. 10 years later, yeah. You wasted, say, I wasted 7 years. No, it's not that you wasted. You weren't intentional. There wasn't clarity. That conversation didn't happen. To say, I'm not going to engage in this if it's not leading into this. So, right from the beginning, let's have that conversation. This is how life deals. This is how life deals. Life doesn't give you what you wish for. It gives you who you are. So intentionality is saying, that doesn't look like my target. Where you are dragging me to, that's not for me. I know what I want. I know it when I see it. And right there, what you're giving me is too muddled up. It's not for me. Keep going. I will meet my own ahead. That's why every single day, distractions abound. Turn right, turn left, turn right, turn left, jump on reels. No, it's newsletter. No, it's blog. No, it's video. No. You are easily tossed around because of lack of intentionality. Right? Lex Freddy says, spend 7 years saying hi. Bro, my son teaches me to say, bro, whenever he says, bro, I say, mom, mom. Even this thing it shows up in relationships, it shows up as parents. What type of parent are we trying to be? Or we're just doing so, right? What was given to you, you didn't investigate it, you're just pouring all that trauma out. Intentionality makes us fix what needs to be fixed. Is this too hot, guys? Is this too much? Maybe I should start wrapping up. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Toyin Umesi Video Academy. We're running the 30 keys to unlock success, the game plan 2.0. That's my school for entrepreneurs. And here's what I say. To build a successful business, we need to build a successful mindset. That's why I support my members with all of the success mindset coaching programs, the game plan 1.0, the game plan 2.0, because I can teach you technical skills, and these technical skills are bound. 10 weeks business accelerator is there. But what I've seen over the years is that if I tell you what you need to do in your business, I found out that there are some deep viruses. I call them viruses because we have to delete them in the operating system. How people are functioning, how they are showing up is not helping them compete in the marketplace. Some people have taken on identity that is not theirs. They've embraced limited mindset. So here is Toyin. If Toyin say you can do it, you can do it. This is how you do it. Click here, do this, do this, do this. If you don't address the operating system, I can keep installing, you can keep installing the best software in the world. Listen, that thing will be corrupted eventually. So mindset coaching is going back to the operating system, taking a microscope and saying, what do you believe and why do you believe it? and investigating, interrogating ourselves. This mindset, is it going to help you achieve success in life? Are you going to be competitive or competitive? Whichever, right? Activating clarity, removing the barriers to success, networking for prosperity, right? Adopting the mindset of a champion. That's game plan 1.2. It's available as part of the 10-week business accelerator. We start with mindset before we go into business accelerator course, then the branding, right? Branding guide, you will brand, because here's the key: branding, marketing, sales, the fundamental skill that you need to achieve success in branding, sales, and marketing is communication. It's one of the keys for success that I covered last week. Again, branding, marketing, sales, the foundational fundamental skill that is required to achieve success in branding, sales, and marketing is communication. And I've realized that communication is the biggest gap for most people in life. Why? The seat of desire. If you've taken my program, you know what I'm saying. The seat of desire, meaning what you want, and what is communicated to the world. Right in between. This is what kills desire: nature, nurture, culture. You want to make money, but out in the world, you don't communicate. I want to make money. This is my price. These are my products. These are my services. This is the price tag. If you are still struggling with that, it's because you've not done this work. Inside of your heart, you don't want to expose, you don't want the world to know. Why? It's because there's a program. There's nothing wrong with it, but there's a program. There's something, there's a story somewhere that you believe that's standing in the way of what everything you say you want to achieve. Everything you say you want to achieve. Everything you say you want to achieve, you will communicate it. I've shared, like last week, that was one of the things. The power of communication. You will, and it's a skill. You can get better. You have to get better. Your relationships, right, will get better if you improve that. Your business results will get better because branding, sales, marketing. Branding, you can't tell your story. Branding is about telling your story. I have last year, I taught an entire month on branding, an entire month on understanding your customers, right? And those resources are available, right? So branding, you have to communicate. You have to communicate. Sales, you have to pitch, whether in written form or spoken form, right? Intentionality behind your words must match what you say you want. So even in the world of content marketing, intentionality is required. If you want people to follow you and you don't say follow, will they follow? You want people to buy from you, you don't intentionally communicate. I'm selling something. Like if you're a business person and people don't know you're selling something, this is right. So again, 30 keys to unlock success game plan 2.0. I just shared one publicly. I've already taught it in my academy. Like in my academy is pretty much action item, give assignments so that you can implement these things, right? Because at the end of the day, we listen to so many people, but if we don't take the action, if we don't disrupt the patterns, if we don't transform, you can listen to people all you want and they'll make you feel good. This is the power of motivation. Motivation will make you feel good. It will make you believe that you can. But what I do in my academy is really how to achieve success, the practical side of taking step-by-step action in the direction of achieving success. That's what I support my academy members with, is the how to. It's not just, oh, you can do this. Oh, if Tony Robbins keeps saying, oh, which is fantastic as a motivational speaker, we want a sense of belief. But if people make you believe, like Tony Robbins is a huge, world renowned, right, speaker. You go to those meetings, you get excited, you come back home, you're like, what do I need to do next? People are still lost. So that's why I developed a roadmap to business growth and success. Is step by step. Just follow. Week 1, do what I say you should do in week 1. Week 2, before you know it, you're seeing results. That's what my members, right? Follow directions. You need directions. You need out. You need step by step. That's what the journey to success is like. Roadmap. You want to go to California, Google will tell you turn right, turn left, turn right. If you follow the map, if you follow direction, you will arrive. If you don't have direction, If you don't have the map, you might spin around, you might, right? And if you fail to even ask people direction, when people talk about imposter syndrome is when you fail to ask directions. It's like a tourist in a new city. You're a tourist in a new city. There are people living in that city that know their way. Imposter syndrome is you don't know your way. You're in a new space where you don't have the internal map, internal GPS to navigate. Right? So imposter syndrome is you calling yourself out to say, ask questions, ask questions. Because very, very soon when you ask questions, imposter syndrome goes away. Do you know that? When you now know what you need to know, in a year or two, boom, you no longer feel uncomfortable. But the moment you move yourself and you move into a new space again, all of a sudden that those feelings come. Why? It's because you need to ask questions. If you don't know what you're doing and you're in a new dimension, our brain, when your brain hasn't figured out the map, how to go from point A to point B, you just move. Let's say you moved into a new city. Where's the nearest Walmart? Where's the nearest this? Right? You have to ask questions. Somebody has to show you the way. Or otherwise you drive around, you figure it out. Once you figure it out, you're good to go. The same is true when it comes to success. So my encouragement is be more intentional, be more focused, and I wish you the absolute best. And check out my website, tonyumesri.academy, for my school and enroll. There's a whole program. We're busy, busy, busy doing the daily work and to move ourselves towards everything that we say we want. God bless you all. Bye for now. That's it. Unless there are questions, I'm done. I wish you the best week, okay, ahead of you.